I knew that child support was voluntary because she said I volunteered into the program.
Okay, I did not know that child support is voluntary. I thought you go to court and then...
So the thing is, you have to consent. In order for them to establish the child support case, they have to establish paternity. Paternity is voluntary. Now, whether you sign in an acknowledgement of paternity in a hospital, or you doing a DNA testing, or you actually showing up to a hearing and voluntarily consenting that this is your child. So once that happens, they need your consent in order to proceed forward. And what a lot of people don't understand is there's a Supreme Court case law. It's called Blessing versus Freestone, where the courts ruled that there is no right to child support. They always use in that child support is in the best interest of the child. In that case, they got sued by 5 women from Arizona who their children were receiving government assistance, and child support was keeping all of the money. And child support said, hey, that ain't your money. That's our money. And they told them that child support is not in the benefit of the child. It's in the best interest of the state, and they can collect all of those arrears.
Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of He Rants. I am yo Felix Long Trousers.
Hey, Daddy!
All right, let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into this.
Be careful who you stick your into, because it could ruin the rest of your life. When I met her, she had like a 2-year-old and a newborn. Apparently, she says I got her pregnant.
Ho, sit off the rip already, son. This is like Lee Major charade. I think we talked in the comment briefly. Bro, this is what I'm talking about, right? You get in a situation with a joint that the red flags is already there. She just had a newborn and she already had a child before. Why would you then this is somebody I want to be my potential mate. This is somebody I'm going to hit raw. How does that make sense? It's like sometimes us as men, we just jump into situations. It's like, yo, do we want to hurt ourselves? Are we looking for destruction? But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. So maybe the yams is fat. I don't know. Let's keep going though.
Apparently, she says I got her pregnant, which I don't believe. Right after she had my kid, she had another one. She's just cranking them out. It's like a chicken farm. She's just laying eggs constantly. I'm sure she doesn't work a regular job. I'm sure she's unemployed. So she goes to the state for benefits. And because the state's giving her benefits, they pursue whoever she says is the father. And then all of a sudden, I got sheriffs showing up at the house in California trying to serve me paperwork for a paternity test. When I lived in this small town in Nebraska, I had the nicest car in the town. I had like 4 cars, and they were nicer than anybody else that lived in the entire city. Okay, I had the nice house on the main strip. I had the nice house. I had the good job. So I'm probably the most responsible man she's ever come in contact with her entire life. And so that's why she's just relentlessly pursuing me, is because she knows that she might be able to squeeze me for a couple dollars. They completely ruin your life. They could suspend my...
Wait, I'm trying to understand this. So you were the guy in Nebraska, right? You know what I'm saying? You were the king amongst, I don't want to say peasants, but I mean like in a small community, you were the head honcho, right? But you decide to leave there to go to California. Of all people are leaving California. You decided to go to California, higher cost of living, less strength for men, because I feel like California is made to destroy men. So you go over there, find a joint who recently just had a baby, and you decide to hit her raw. I'm telling. It's hard for me to feel sorry for you, bro. It's really hard for you to feel so. Now you're gonna be, they're out here destroying my life. Oh, the child support people are coming after me. Oh, I was like, bro, why would you the moment she told me she's a single mom of 2, she just had a baby and she's not with that guy. And now you've seen that she's cranking out babies like a baby factory and is taking advantage of the fact that she lives in California and they're against the men. I don't know. Maybe this guy was like 19 years old. I'm not sure. So, but he's getting me upset. He's getting upset how stupid he is, man. Hey, but this is what we like to hear, though, right? Because we see the older generation, they tell the younger generation the stupidity of what they've done, right? Like the Gen X's and whatnot. And hopefully, then they fix that for the next generation. Next generation hears, I'm like, okay, we can't be simps. We can't be stupid like these guys. Let's adjust. But this guy might not even be Gen X. He might be a millennial. I'm not sure. Keep going.
They could suspend my driver's license. They could garnish my wages. They could take my, they'll take all your money. Like, I've seen people's checks before and after child support. And I'm like, oh my God, this is insanity. This is extortion is what it is. It's extortion by the state. The state's taking your money. That money, so what they're taking out of your check every month for child support doesn't go to her. Like 60% of it goes to the state, and they just take it and add it to their budget for whatever they're spending the money on. And then the little tiny bit goes to the woman who's actually,
Facts. Yeah. That's the part that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, I don't know if it's 60%, like he said, but a lot of the time with the child support, they're taking a big chunk out of that, son, to make it go to the state, right? That's why places like California, where the cost of living is so freaking high, they be coming, hey, listen, oh, you got a child? Oh, she wants to put you on child support? Oh, let's take it for everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of athletes that are going to California, and they get divorced and everything, and then the child support comes. They are getting taken to the cleaner. A lot of blue states, because a lot of Democrat-run states, Democrats, they like to come into your pockets, take as much money as possible. They just love it. They love spending your money. They love taking your money. You know what I'm saying? So like, you go to a place like Illinois, New York, they're going to try to take as much money out of your pocket as possible. They know damn well these children don't need all this money. Or even if they do need all this money, it doesn't matter. They're going to take their cut out of it, a large percentage out of there, and then they're going to give the rest to the parent.
A lot of people don't know this, but the state gets 66 cents for every dollar collected from child support. Because the man is the main breadwinner, if the state gives the kids to the women, they can collect more child support money from the man. This is one of the reasons why 90% of the time women get custody. Before Title 4D was passed in 1975, custody was always split 50-50. I mean, really just think about it. If the father is the most important component to a kid's life, and that's true statistically speaking, why would the state lock a man up because he can't pay child support, separating him from his kid? It's because the state cares more about your money than they care about your ability to be a good father, the lessons you teach your kid, and the time you spend with your kid. The truth of the matter is, if we go back to 50-50 custody being the default, the state just won't make money from child support. And
they're going to try to make it seem like they're doing it for the goodness of the child, for the goodness of, no. They're trying to impact their deficit or whatever, or just try to make sure that the state flourishes more, right? But really, this goes in the politician's pocket. It's crazy. It's wild, man, when you really think about it, man. Now, this child support thing, in a sense, sometimes it's a scam. Sometimes, bro. But let's keep going. It's almost done.
Getting support for the kid. It's a racket. It's a complete racket. I watched my dad go through it his whole life. And it's like, America's supposed to be the freest country on the planet. That's what they scream, freedom, freedom, freedom. But if you don't fill a piece of paper out correctly, they take your freedom from you and lock you in a jail cell with murderers. People complain about it and they never do anything and they never leave. But guess what? I have the right to complain now because I actually did something about it and I left. So unless they plan on coming over here to Thailand and coming to my condo and holding me down on the ground and taking my DNA, it's never going to happen.
Hey, yo. Hey, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Hey, listen. Hey, he took matters to his own hands. He's like, listen, I'm going international. I'm leaving the country, son. Hey, you go to Thailand. Does Thailand have extradition? I'm not sure they have extradition. This guy, see, this is why I say the older people, man, they're out here teaching the kids the way to finesse the system. Like I said, I'm not sure Thailand got the extradition thing, but he's beating the system. This reminds me of a story that I heard recently of this other guy who was like $14,000 in debt, like $14,000 like in back pay in child support, and then he pretty much was getting locked up or something like that.
This guy is $14,000 behind in child support, and there is a warrant out for his arrest related to the child support. Well, we happened to be in court in Mississippi earlier this week, and he shows up for court. I say to the judge, hey, judge, this guy's here. There's a warrant out for his arrest for the child support. He's literally standing in your courtroom. And the judge says to me, oh, we don't arrest people. We're not going to do that here. Okay, bet. So I remember that in the many conversations I've had with his wife, because she refuses to allow him to handle his own business, she has told me that she doesn't know how he's going to pay the child support because he doesn't work. Yet here he is standing before me in a work uniform that I happen to take a picture of. And then I sent that picture to child support, and now his wages are being garnished. So the moral of the story here is, I might not win every time, but you're going to know I've been there.
See, that's why I can't be a judge, because it's like petty stuff like that will just make me like, listen, man, F your kid, bro. Like, F your kid. I don't give a damn about your kid no more, son. You got to figure out something. You got to figure out, you got to get out the mud, son. Because it's like stuff like this, like, yo, this is a level of petty. So I'm like, I don't understand how judges see this stuff. And like, yeah, it makes me sometimes wonder, are judges getting kickbacks? Are judges getting kickbacks in these situations? Is there something like a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge? They get a little percentage of whatever cases that that they award to the woman's son? I'm not sure. Son. Somebody gotta let me know. But like I said, this guy, he found a way to beat the system. Allegedly, like I said, we gotta still figure out how it goes with extradition. There's a lot of joints that's out here trying to attack and beat the system. Like, for example, I mean, you guys already saw the thing with Anthony Edwards. His whole, she's from Georgia. She decided to move to California in order to try to get this guy for child support. Can you believe that?
So Anthony Edwards has been popping up all over my feed because of his child support case. So he actually got lucky here because this 37-year-old woman, mind you, he's 23, she decided to move to California, but he filed in Georgia, so the case would be held in Georgia. He got lucky, unlike Tyrese. Tyrese's situation is he's in California, child's in Georgia, but mom wants the California support and is getting it because the judge doesn't like Tyrese, which is crazy. But this Anthony Edwards situation, I don't understand what's the deal with these ladies. You're trying to force this dude to be a dad. He doesn't want to be a dad. I get it. He should wrap it up, but you should also avoid people like Anthony Edwards. I get it. He has money. And because he has money, I guess, you know, common sense of not creating this whole like dynamic where a child doesn't have a father, it's not going to be there because he's rich. But come on now.
Thank God he beat the case. And then even like I said before in one of my previous videos, the Mon Shumpert and Tiana Taylor situation, that thing is still wild to me. I understand that it was like a no cheat clause in their prenup, but it's still wild the amount of things that she was able to get out of this divorce. Is wild.
I don't know if he's in agreement with this, or maybe he got some extra money that we don't know about, but this seems like she took that to the cleaners, okay? Respectfully. Again, simple math, this seems like it's about $13 million that she's set to receive, plus residuals of at least, you know, $100,000 a year for schooling, and then $80,000 a year for child support, which is $180,000 a year. Where's that $180,000 a year most likely coming from for him? Where? How much did he save from his time in the league? A lot of times when people are in entertainment, they think it lasts forever. They usually spend because they're like, nah, I'm going to be popping for like, it is what it is. But this kind of looked like he got taken to the cleaners, if you ask me, right?
The wildest thing about that divorce is that he's paying $8,000 for the child support, and then he's still paying for their tuition. So now I'm asking, what is that child support money? What is it being used for? Food? What type of food are you spending a month? What type of clothing are you buying these children a month? Is it required? And if these kids are going to a private school, I'm assuming they're probably wearing uniforms, which are standard uniforms. What the justification for the amount of money that's against that? Oh, they got to live the same lifestyle as the dad. No. If you want them to live the same lifestyle as the dad, you give the child to the dad. That's the logical sense. And like, I don't understand why you give it to the mother, which statistically shows that single mothers are not good at raising children. So I'm just confused. Like, why is this happening? It got to be some type of scam or finesse. I'm not sure more, but that's just my opinion. I don't. So, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below, man. Let's comment, let's talk about this, man. I think this is a wild situation. But that's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.